Back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. If you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. They're the best in the business. Not only do they do roofs, they do siding, they do gutters, they do windows. They do pretty much everything. 1-800-NEW-ROOF, Ireland Contracting. Give me a call right now on the Borders and Borders hotline, 412-575-2600 is the number. We're talking about Pitt Penn State Pirates. And if you want to talk about the Penguins right now, Vegas is beating Winnipeg 3-1 and potentially will go up 2-1 in the series. Vegas is for real. They have a chance to win the Stanley Cup. It could be potentially crazy in Vegas in a week or two. And Tampa, Washington have Game 4. Tampa, I think it's a must-win game for Tampa. If Washington goes up 3-1, that's very hard to come back from in the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Jerry out in Hempfield. How you doing, Jerry?
Hey, Rich, I want to ask you a question about, I've been watching the girls' college softball tournaments.
Yeah, how about that? Was amazing, the ACC tournament, the softball tournament. I mean, Pitt won on a walk-off home run, then come back to beat North Carolina, and then unfortunately lost on a walk-off home run in the finals.
Now, my question for you is this.
Yeah.
The pitcher has a wristband. The catcher has a wristband. The batter has a wristband. The shortstop has a wristband. After every play, everybody's flipping up and looking at the wristband. Why don't you just play? What's all this wristband stuff? Can you clarify what's everybody?
You know what? To tell you the truth, I didn't see that. I didn't get to watch those games. I watched part of it. I mean, if they're looking at their wristband, they're probably going over plays, scenarios, batters. I'm sure that these wristbands have what each batter. Usually, that's the case. Whatever batter's coming up, they know whether to shift. They know where this guy. They know where the player is going to hit. Their tendencies. I would imagine that that's why they keep looking at their wristbands, just to have an idea of scouting report on each one of those girls. And I'll look into that. Holly April is the head coach of the softball team, and it's a shame that that softball team didn't make it to the NCAA tournament. If they would have won, they were one out away from beating Florida State and winning it all. But by the way, the Pitt baseball team, Joe Giordano, he has a heck of a season going. Has a chance to get to the ACC tournament for the first time in history for Pitt. All they need is one win, but they're playing number 7 Clemson here. 3-game series that starts tomorrow at Pitt. Tomorrow's a 6 o'clock game, then Friday's a 3 o'clock game, then Saturday's a 1 o'clock game. I think they either need to win one of those games to get in, or they need a Virginia Tech loss to get in, some kind of combination like that. But hey, the chances are good. Unfortunately, Pitt had a chance. If they would have won one or two of those games against Louisville last weekend, they would have probably punched their ticket already. But hey, maybe Pitt can sneak into the ACC tournament and do something like the Pitt softball team is doing right now. Let's go out to John out in Green Tree. How you doing, John?
Hey, thanks for taking my call, man. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, Rich. Do you think the Pirates can beat the Padres tomorrow? Thank you very much.
I appreciate the call, John. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the Pirates can beat anybody right now. It's a 4-game series, and you want to win every series right now if you're the Pirates. They're, 25-17, so they're 8 games above 500, if my math is correct. I was in a math major, but they're 8 games above 500. They're in a good spot. But you want to take games against teams like the Padres right now. Win 3 out of 4. They're good. They're really good at home. The Pirates are 14-6 at home. They have one of the best records in the majors at home. Not too many teams have 6 losses or less at home. I think I want to say that the Yankees are like 18-6 at home, and I think the Phillies are 16-6 at home, and the Pirates are 14-6 at home. So I think only the Phillies, from what I looked at today, the Phillies and the Yankees are the only ones that have a better home record than the Pirates. And home park advantage for the Pirates is big right now. They've been winning games, and they have the majority of their games here coming up. Only 3 on the road, I think. I haven't really looked at the schedule in depth, but at one point before the series, it was 15 of their next 18 are at home outside of these 3 games coming up after this San Diego 4-game series. So they got a lot of games at home. They got these 4 games against San Diego, then they go away for 3 games, and then they're back here again. So the Pirates can still, put more ground between them and 2nd and 3rd place in the AFC, the National League Central. These are important games, and these are games that they have to win. You know, I don't think they're going to sweep the Padres, but taking 3 out of 4 is always good, and I think your goals right now is to win every series. We'll probably find out tomorrow or soon who the starting pitcher is going to be on Saturday. Potentially could be Kingham. There's a couple other options right now, but I know with the Pirates, they're going to go with an 8th inning guy by rotation. Contos is out of that spot. Musgrove is going to pitch on Friday. Josh Harrison has a couple more rehab starts to make, and he should be ready. So next week, next week or the week after, maybe you might see Musgrove here in the starting rotation. You might see Josh Harrison back in the starting lineup. The Pirates are in pretty good shape because then at that point you're going to sit Adam Frazier, a guy like him, and he'll be a guy coming off the bench, platooning guys, him and Sean Rod. So they're going to be deeper. And then you would think that Jung Ho Kang, I don't know. We have a story on him coming up at 11 o'clock on KDKA. So the Pirates really don't have a plan for Kang other than to get him back into Major League Baseball shape, ready. So that could potentially take 2 months. I would think that if you're going to see Kang, it's going to be sometime in July, August. If they're in the mix, a stretch run. Maybe he's I hope the Pirates don't make him like their call up in July, basically, and not make any moves to get better. I still think they could use a starting pitcher. I still think they could use some bullpen help. But, I don't know what guy you would take out of the lineup or out of the position to try to upgrade right now. I kind of like the way they're situated. And if you get Josh Harrison back at second base, I like Colin Moran at third, Jordy Mercer at short, Josh Bell at first. I don't know if you can replace any of those guys if Francisco Cervelli stays healthy, but you also have Diaz as a backup. Your outfield's pretty much set. You're not taking Corey Dickerson out of the lineup. You're not going to really upgrade the left field position. Starling Marte, one of the best center fielders in the National League, you're not going to take him out of center. You can't upgrade him. I mean, Gregory Polanco, he's a streaky player. Maybe not the best outfielder, but you want his bat in the lineup. So I don't know what kind of moves they can make other than to add another starting pitcher and maybe some bullpen help. We got to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls and some of your tweets coming up next. Stay right there.